Right, in this one I'm going to talk about how I got the contracts. I'm going to also talk about how it wasn't plain sailing with the agents I hired. Disclaimer first, snowflakes, better switch off now. Right then, let's get on with it. How I used to get the contracts and how I was one of the most successful repo men in the UK. You ring up finance companies, they would say they're happy with the agents they've got. Now, bearing in mind, you've got up to 7 to 14 days to get the car once the warrant's been issued to you as a repo agent. So I used to say, okay, give me all the cars you couldn't get back, all the cars the other agents couldn't get. Now, what it is the finance company will have a book, and their book would be a deficit of like 1 million or 2 million. That's cars that just disappeared and gone. Other agents couldn't find. So we'd say, give us some of that, give us some of that, and they've got nothing to lose. So it's no collection, no fee. We don't get it back, we don't get paid. So they'd humour you and say, all right, then, here's 5 cars we can't get back. Maybe one in Southampton, maybe one in London, maybe one in Bristol. So you would literally get sent the cars on a fax. What I used to do is I'd ask them to send them on a Friday. So they'd send maybe 5 to 10 cars on a Friday. Remember, you've got 2 weeks. Send it last thing Friday. So then I'd have all weekend and I'd stalk these houses out 2, 3, 4 in the morning. And I'd be banging the doors, you know, if it's a parent's house. And I know it sounds horrible, but shit falls downwards. You start banging a parent's house at 3 in the morning. They're on the phone to the bloke you're after. You're on the phone to the son. I've got repo agency, it's 4 in the morning. The bloke would be coming round in his car to smash your face in. As soon as he turns up, you take his car. Now, we were very good at doing that. So then come Monday morning, I would be like smug as anything. Out of the 10 cars which disappeared, what other agents couldn't get, I'd normally get about 8 of them. So come Monday morning, I'd ring up and go, yeah, those cars you sent me. And they'd turn around and go, yeah, we sent them on Friday. And I'm gonna go, yeah, I'm just ringing, we've got them back. And they'd be, what? But we sent them Friday, yeah, I've got them back. 8 of them are back. We'd just keep the other 2 on the back burner, and they'd be like, but how come the other agents couldn't get them? Well, I don't know. Told you we're good. So then the word would go around the office. These agents have got back cars other agents couldn't get back. And then slowly someone ring, I've got a car I can't find in Birmingham, will you have a look? Yeah, no worries. Send it over now. And whatever we were doing, whatever part of the country was in, we'd drop it, go back, get that fax, quickly go to that area, we'd hunt the person down, find it, literally ring the person back, the finance company back in about 3-4 hours. Yeah, about that car you've sent over. Yeah, Sean, I sent the fax about 3 hours ago. Yeah, it's in the auction. And they'd be, how come the other agents couldn't get it? Don't know. And then you'd slowly, then they'd give you the normal work. Because instead of waiting 14 days, you'd have it back in 2. And you was always getting the work, and you was knocking the competition out the water. One time I had 3 spec lifts on the go. But also as well, because I was a one-man band, I'd done like a little brochure. And I got one of my mates, especially one of my mates called Andy Morris, lovely bloke. And I use his full name because he's one of my very good friends. Hates his photo being took. I had him stood at the back of his house like this, with a shirt on, getting a picture took. I mean, I went round with my other mates, got pictures took of them and all that. I think Andy Morris was regional manager Southwest. My other mate was regional manager Midlands. It was a load of bollocks. That's when I owned Claymore Recovery. So I had this Claymore Recovery, like nice brochure with all the area managers on the back. Lena, it's just me fucking mates. And then we would get these brochures into all these, these look professional. Fucking, it's just me running around, fucking ragging me bollocks off. Fucking working 3 days solid, getting it back. I was making a fortune. And it was coming in, my money was coming in fast. I didn't give a shit. I could repo 2, 3, 4 in the morning. I was making an absolute fortune. But then comes the perils of repo men you employ. Isn't all plain sailing. I've got the good ones like my brother, very good. Tyrone, very good. You had a bloke called Muff. Yeah, that was his name. You had a bloke called Muff, really good. Dave, H, Marcus Portman, who was on Channel 4 with me. You know, all these really good agents, but then you'd have some slip through in there. One bloke who I had the first bad dealings with was a bloke called Pikey, ex-army, and yeah, he's just a bag of shit, really. He started off, yeah, I can do this, I can do that. He'd give it all the fucking army lingo. Oh, this one's 2 clicks away and all this. He was all right, you know, we went around, but it was just like little bits in his stories all the time. And then one time I said, right, we're starting work at 6 o'clock or 4 o'clock, something like that. But it was still daylight in the summer. So we'd only just started working that day, and we'd done a repo. It probably took about 30 minutes. So repoed the car. On the way to the auction house, Pikey's driving the repossessed car. I'm following, but I'm quite some cars behind. Can't really see him. We know where the auction house is. Get up to an island, and then there's a car we just repossessed, head on, smashed into an oncoming car. All right, where's Pikey? Pikey's nowhere to be seen. I get out. Everyone's, oh, this bloke's just crashed a car and he's run off in that direction. I'm thinking, fuck. This is my car, and that's my fucking driver. So I chase off down the road, and I fucking find him hiding down an alley. What the fuck's going on? Oh, I had a crash. I went, well, why the fuck have you run off? Oh, mate, there's a fucking lynch mob after you. Why have you even run off? Now, I can't remember the ins and outs of it, but the police were called. And I don't know if he was breathalyzed then or not, but the story went on that later on I'd found out this fucking idiot had been in the pub. Or been in the pub from 12 o'clock till about 4 before we started work. And he'd been fucking drinking. So he ran off because he was pissed. I then had to pay for the damage of the car he hit. I paid him off, so I didn't want to go on my insurance. I then had to get the car he smashed up, I think it was a white Ford, and I had to get all the front end repaired before I took it to the auction. So it cost me an absolute fortune. Then he was in court, I think it was drink driving and smashing the car up, and the cheeky bastard had the nerve to ask me if I was going to pay for a solicitor for him. That's the first fucking wrong one I had. Next one, I had a bloke called Patrick work for me. When you're like in the Navy, you have bonds and you have like a bond, you know, it's like a brotherhood. You feel like, you know, you're close people. Now, when I work with someone, I'm like 100% committed to them. We pulled up at a service station and we went for something to eat. And I come back and I had a brand new spec lift. And this lorry had parked next to us and I couldn't get through. The gap was like this. So I squeezed down and there was a dent in my door. So I looked at this lorry, opened his door, and you could see this fucking twat had opened the door, dented my door. So I've opened it, I've gone, mate, you've dented my door, you're gonna fucking pay. He goes, I haven't dented your door, and he thinks, so fucking ragged him out his fucking cab. Fucking had him all around the car park, he was going, oh, it wasn't me and everything. So he had fucking glasses, so just fucking got his glasses, fucking smashed them up, screwed them up, smashed them on the floor and goes, there you go, you can't fucking drive now, you prick. You fuck my day up, I'm gonna fuck your day up. Anyway, we just drove off. Police arrested me at my house, oh, assault and all this. I was like, no, fucking don't know what you're talking about. And anyway, this bloke had a driver's mate with him. So it was his driver's mate word against my word and his, because there was no other fucking witnesses. So this policeman said, well, they're saying that you've jumped up in the cab, assaulted this bloke and took his glasses, but there wasn't much marks on him. But they're saying you smashed his glasses. I said, no, he fell out the cab and he jumped on him as he got out. And this copper said, well, as long as you can validate that story, we're all right. I fucking turned round to Patrick and went, mate, I need a statement from you just to back me up. The cunt didn't. I ended up going to fucking court, having to pay fucking damages. I had to pay for this fucking cunt's glasses. So, and this was a bloke who was supposed to be working alongside me, and we were supposed to be like, you know, Repo brothers, fucking us against the world, you know, got each other's backs. It's just ridiculous. Then I had another repo agent. He started off brilliant. His name was Rich. Don't confuse him with Rich Gosling, the world's strongest man. He worked for me. He was pucker. He was good. This other bloke was called Rich. He was good, big unit. I taught him how to talk to the customers, how to get round the customers, all the little tiny tricks and everything. He was doing all right. And after about 6 months, oh, Sean, I'm getting nosebleeds, I'm getting headaches. Oh, I don't think I can do this. Oh, my dad's had a heart attack and he owns a parcel company where he delivers, like, you have these stamps and you've got to deliver parcels all over the country, and I'm going to go and work with him, and I'm not very well and everything. And I thought, fucking, here we go. I fucking literally taught this bloke all the tricks of the trade, and I could see it coming. I could see, like, he was going to set his own company up. I could see it a mile off. Oh yeah, I'm going to go and work for my dad. I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. And I'm definitely going into the parcel thing. You know, I can't, I keep having these vicious nosebleeds and the hospital doesn't know what it is. Yeah, okay. About 3 months later, all right, Sean, I just thought I'd ring you. I'm thinking about setting up my own repo firm. I was like, yeah, do what you want, mate. There's no competition to me. I'd never go after your contracts. I'd never do this. I'd never do that. You know, I've got a lot of respect for you and all that. I said, fuck it, yeah, whatever, mate. Yeah, okay, yeah, see you later. Next thing, I'd been doing this a long time and the finance companies respect me. Next thing, one of the managers rings up. All right, Sean, I've got this bloke called Rich. He says he used to work for you and he used to work on these contracts. He's after your contracts. I've gone, oh yeah. Now, I used to charge about 200, 250 a car at the time. I've turned around and goes, how much is he charging? He goes, 100 quid. So what he's got in his head, so instead of he was getting paid £200 a day, in his head he was thinking, oh, I could do 5 cars, I'm going to get 500 quid. He didn't have the experience of me, he didn't have all the trucks, I hadn't taught him everything. So I said, so he's going to charge 100 quid a day? I go, yeah. It goes, all those bad ones you've got on your books, what no one can find, gypsy sites and all that. I said, fucking give him the lot. And this manager goes, are you sure? Give him the fucking lot, because it's no collection, no fee. You don't get it, you don't get paid. Give him the fucking lot, overload him. If he's doing it for 100 quid, that means he's going to struggle to take a bloke out with him. If he does 3 cars a day, that's 300 quid. Take out your fuel, take out his wages. He's going to be paying monkey's wages. 50 quid, he'd be paying peanuts. So he's not going to get anyone good to go with him. So overload him with work. I'm all right. Overload him, everything. All the work he was going to give me, all the bad jobs, give them to him. Just keep the easy jobs coming, like the first like wave, where the person's only just defaulted. Give them to me. All the bad ones, give them to him. My mates, all these managers of finance were overloading him. He was worked ragged. I heard in the end he had to take his dad with him. One he was apparently had a heart attack. Then I found out he went to this house, and I think he did have his dad with him on this one. And it was a house in Wolverhampton. He went to, I think it was a woman. This stories have been told. Went to a woman's house. 3 black blokes in there. One of them come out with a machete, carved his face up, carved his face, and he took off his face off, cut them all on his face, and he gave it up after that. He never worked in the repo again. But it just proves, you know, he tried to screw me over, and it failed. And he still doesn't know to this day that I was ringing the finance company. The finance companies rung me every job he was going on. Even all the finance companies were ringing me, and I was just saying, give him the hard ones and pay him peanuts. What's he asking? 100 quid, give it to him. Yeah, so he thought he could better me, and he ended up getting his face carved off. That's inexperience. That's not getting paid what you're worth. He should have been getting paid £200 per job. He should have been taking top blokes with him. Now the next one is Daz. Like I said, I won't speak ill of the dead. He's dead now, but another one screwed me over. But it was another bloke who was worked with him called Lee. Lee was good. He was a really good agent, and I'll talk about him later in the show. But I don't know if he was just a good agent to my face. I like the kid. But one job I went on, we went to this place, and it was just this big it was a big unit. It wasn't a warehouse, a big unit. And we managed to get in. I don't know if we broke in. Sometimes we used to just take the locks off. Some people say it was illegal, but I used to put my own lock on and give a person the key. It's here nor there. Now, we managed to get into this unit, and this bloke had about 10 steel cutters, steel saws. He had loads of other machinery. And I think I had 1 or 2 vans, or I think I might have just had one massive big 3.5 tonner, which I took with me. We got all these steel saws out. We closed this bloke down. The bloke didn't want to pay. The bloke turned up. That's just a completely different story. But the point was, we closed this bloke down and we got all his equipment. By the time we had got back to my house, it was like 2 o'clock in the morning. Now, I lived behind gates. I had a fence all around my house with high trees. 2 o'clock in the morning, we finished. Daz got in his car, Lee got in his car, left. 2 o'clock in the morning, absolutely knackered. Who the hell would know that that was parked on my drive, behind all that security, behind all the fences and behind all the trees? No one would know. I didn't manage to get down to the yard because it was late, so I left them on the back of my truck. That night, about 6 to 7 angle grinders, steel grinders, got nicked. It's impossible. It would have had to have been Daz or Lee or them getting their mates to say, oh look, go to this bloke's drive, they're all on there. Boom, got hit. It was impossible. I rung them both in the morning. They were both shady as fuck. Oh, what? Someone stole them? Oh, hang on a minute, my missus is just coming out of the shower, she needs me. And it's a fucking pathetic. Couldn't prove it though. Couldn't prove it. Give Lee the benefit of the doubt, which brings me on to another job. And it comes to another fucking wrong one called Tomo. Worked for me. Steroid fucking freak. Now, him and Lee, I couldn't go to Ireland, just other matters. I was in trouble with the police and things. I just couldn't go to Ireland. And there was a job in Ireland. It was a big paying job. I booked a ferry for them. They were supposed to go on the ferry. They were supposed to go to Ireland. Now, normally when you get to a job, you take pictures of all the outside. If the stuff's not there, you take pictures of the yard, where it should be, who you spoke to. You just make a nuisance of yourself and get the machines back. I was fucking really good at doing it. I couldn't go to Ireland, so I sent these two over. They were supposed to be on the ferry at so-and-so time. They should have docked at, like, I don't know, say 5, 6, 7 in the morning. Or no, sorry, no, I think it was in the afternoon they should have got there. So I rung them, won't pick up. Just a text, can't call. Mate, pick the phone up. It's going to cost us too much to talk to you while we're in Ireland. I'll pay the bill, mate, I don't care. Pick the phone up. Nothing, we can only text you. I'm like, well, send me pictures of the yard, take pictures of the yard. My phone's broke. The next thing, well, I've arranged for accommodation tonight. When you guys scout the area out, stay over there the night. I'm going to arrange for accommodation. We don't need accommodation. We can sleep in the trucks. It's like, fucking, this is proper smelling fishy. So the reason why they probably wouldn't let me in, because they wouldn't have been an international dining tone. That's if Ireland is an international dining tone. Then I've rung the ferry people and they didn't have any recollection of them actually getting on the ferry. But the next day, after 2 days when they should have come back, I just thought, do you know what? Fuck them both. I was making enough money that just fucked this job up, and I just thought, do you know what? I'll just pay them and fuck them off. Sometimes it's easy just to fucking get rid of them. Now, Lee was a very good agent, very good. But the incident with the grinders, and after that, just give them money, see you later, go. But then Tomo, stupidly, I used him on another job. He had to go and have a chat with someone for me, a quiet word, and I paid him well. And I always think in the back of my head, he didn't do it. This bloke was waiting for Tomo to turn up at the house. Tomo had to do a little bit of agreement with him, do a deal, and everything was sorted. Tomo kept saying, oh, he's not at the house, he's not at the house. 6 hours later, oh, I waited there all day, the bloke didn't show. And I always think now, I was fucking mugged me right off. This is the people you've got to deal with. In the early days, I had really good agents. Later on, you just get bad agents. And the funny thing is, I looked on Tomo's Facebook, I haven't spoke to him for years. And his motto, his favourite motto is, trust no one. What's the irony in that? Anyway, I've gone to my last one. This bloke was mad, literally mad. Put an advert in the job centre for Repo Agent. This bloke applied for it. He's about 6'7". Yeah, I'm 6'7", I'll just give you the job. Sometimes it's not about being hard, it's just about the intimidation factor. You turn up, see a 6'7" bloke, not likely to argue with you. I thought, yeah, all right, come and see you. Went and saw him. He wasn't so much big, he was just tall. He just had a presence about him. And I thought, oh, I'll take him on. He's quite old as well, he's probably in his 40s, older than me back then. I was probably like 28. Thought he's a good bloke to have with me. So we said, yeah, right, you start tomorrow, give him a uniform. I says, meet me and my brother here, and we go. He met us at the destination. We had to go down to Southampton, 4 days car repoing. We're in the transit van, trailer on the back, and we're driving along. We're nearly Southampton. And this bloke, and I can't remember his name, turns around and goes, I forgot my meds. We're like, really? What meds? Stomach ulcers, you know, bit angina? what kind of meds? He's gone, no, my meds. I'm like, I've just come out of mental hospital. We're like, ha 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 ha, fucking hell, yeah, that's funny, mate, yeah, nice one. Yeah, no, I had. 2 days before I answered the ad, I was in the mental hospital. So how long was you there for? He goes, about 9 months. He goes, why did you want your meds? He went, because I have imaginary friends. I'm like, huh? He goes, yeah, I have imaginary friends. We went, what, they just appear? Do they talk to you? And he was like, no, they, like, and we was like, are you seeing them now? We're like, where is he? And he goes, he's sat next to me. We're like, mate, you're taking the fucking piss. And he was like, no. And he was naming him. He had a name, he had everything. So my brother, being my brother, starts fucking taking the piss, doesn't he? And he's like going, right, all right, so if we get so many cars and we need an extra driver, can he drive for us? Does he want paying? And all that? And my brother starts taking the piss. And then I remember my brother saying something about his mum. And he fucking flipped. He lived with his mum. He just flipped. I can't remember what my brother said about his mum. He fucking flipped. He's in the back of his finger. Whoa, just slammed the brakes on. And we were like in Southampton, and this bloke needs his meds. And he's trying to have a go at my brother. And you do realise, if you touch my brother, I'm going to fucking hammer you. Oh, but he's saying stuff about my mum. And I was going to my brother, just apologise to him. Apologise to him now about, like, remember, my brother's 5 years older than me, but I was like going, apologise to him now. You need to apologise to him. My brother go, all right, I'm sorry, like, and this bloke, oh, you know, but he doesn't need to talk about my, all right, it's just all fucking calm down. We've got 4 days of repoing. And we just carried on. And he was getting stranger and stranger. He was like having full-on conversations in the car. We just like left him to follow us in the end. He fucking tapped in the head. We ended up in Telford. We'd looked up Southampton, worked on well. We ended up in Telford. And we went into this chip shop, and it was a little old, you know, little nice family-run chip shop. 2 little old dears behind the counter. Oh, they were lovely, little pinnies on. You know, looked like, you know, your grand material. And they're, all right, darlings, would you like some chips? Yeah. My brother's walked in, I've walked in, we're knackered. My brother's walked in and gone, yeah, if I give you a kiss, can I have some extra chips? Oh, yeah, always giving him some extra chips. This fucking bloke walked in after us, and he'd heard what my brother said. He wants to join in on the banter. He walked straight up to the counter and he goes, if I fuck you in the arse, will you give me a sausage? These little old ladies like, we're like, what the fuck? And like, these little old ladies are just, mate, go and sit in the car, And they're like just looking at us. We were horrified. We just literally paid for the chips and left. And like, me and my brother go, we've got to fucking get rid of him. We finished, and he was expecting a phone call. Paid him straight away. As soon as he dropped him off, paid him. And I even let him keep his uniform. Just fucking, he was weird. So I left him. Dropped him off. That was it. Last I've ever saw of him. He was ringing me. Sorry, mate, work's dried up a little bit. And that was it. Probably about 10 years later, I saw him working on the Belfry as a doorman. And as I walked up, I was like, oh no, it's a big fucking thing. All right, Sean, how you doing? How you doing? Oh, you never did ring me back. And what happened with the work? And what happened with this? I went, oh mate, you know, I was just a bit busy and this happened and like, yeah, but I've heard you're still doing it, you know. Like, yeah, it's just all this, yeah, can I go in? Yeah, all right, yeah, go in. I went in and I was telling the lads all the stories what I was with. And there was like this bird at the bar. So I was like, oh, she's all right. Started talking to her, you know, do you want a drink? Started chatting to her. Big shadow on my right. Oh God, no, not him. She's got nice tits, isn't she? Fucking hell, one, I didn't know the woman. And I've got him. Yeah, nice tits, innit? Nice tits on her. Fucking hell, look at the tits on her. I'm like, yeah, all right, mate, yeah, I'm actually talking to her like, yeah. No. I mean, she went, oh no, not you. And I was like, oh, what do you mean, not him like? Do you know each other? He goes, yeah, that's my sister. Oh, fucking hell. So then we're chatting, and I'm just like, don't talk about that, about your sister, don't talk like that. Anyway, just before he walks off, he turns around and he goes, oh, there's a woman over there, look. He points this woman out. He goes, I don't want her to see me. I'm like, fucking hell, like, you don't know what's going to come out of this bloke's mouth. And he turns around and says, yeah, he goes, fucked her last week. I'm like, oh, all right, mate, I don't really need to know that, but, you know, thanks for the information. And he goes, yeah. He goes, when we finished, I took her out onto the golf course, I fucked her in the bunker, and when I finished, I just got off and ran into the woods. Oh, all right, mate. Yeah. And he just walked off. Yeah, so that's it. In my line of work, you meet some strange people. And quite a few of them worked for me.